to create a small video today, continuing the small videos that we have been making about tower defense. The last one we were talking about like how to include a small score system, and this one I'm going to talk a little bit about the basics for like an economy system. Quite likely I'm going to revisit this subject later to make it more complex, to make it more entertaining, but since we're talking about the basics of a tower defense game, I'm just going to stick with that. So in the meantime, let's go back here. I'm going to show you, perhaps you don't remember, I have changed a little bit about the animations that we were using in our game, and I also just changed how the maze itself looks. So far, let's look at this. So now the animations that I'm using perhaps are not the best. I took some from Kenny. Not that his are not the best, it's just the modifications that I did were not the greatest. And it was just to fit what we had so far. So now we have more entertaining enemies over here. We have a score system, that is what we covered in the last video. And also the health bars that we see here that are changing as soon as, well, the enemies are being hit. So now the thing that you are going to notice is that it doesn't really matter how many times I click on the tower factories that I'm making here. Basically I just can create new towers. It doesn't really matter, and it just lets me, well, then move the towers whatever I want. So that's not what you would have in most tower defenses. Usually you have some sort of a score, well, that we have here, and also some money or some sort of resource that is needed to create new towers. We don't have that here, and that's exactly what I'm going to add in this video. So we have here, let's go over here. We're going to revisit this event later, but first I'm going to just add a new global variable that is going to be money. And the initial value is whatever you want the initial value to be. So that really depends on how much do you want your towers to cost, how much do you think you're going to give away per enemy. So in this case I'm just going to say 20 or 25, and we have two different towers. So right now we have this one that is just giving us it's just to destroy enemies. It just has power, and this one is really to slow them down. So what I'm going to give is this one, and I'm going to add some text here so we can see it. This one is going to be 15. Well, I'm going to put it with the money symbol, at least dollars, or in some cases also some other currencies. And this one I'm just going to say 10. Okay. Right now we're just like showing the user. It's not that we're doing much with it. After that, I am just going to say, well, I gave the value 25, so at the very beginning we're going to be able to create or two towers of this, or one of this and one of this. So that's pretty much it. And I guess I'm going to give away perhaps something like 5 per enemy that I destroyed. So well, that's it. So now let's find first where we're going to add something to this money. So we're going to go to this event, that is obviously where I'm destroying one of the enemies, and here I'm going to increase the money. So I'm going to say add to money. We have it here, and I'm just going to add 5. That's it. I'm not even like taking into account if there are different bosses or not. That perhaps that's something that I should, but in the meantime I'm just going to leave it like that. Now the thing, this is the first part, just to keep adding money. So let's try it and let's see if it works. Oh well, I'm not showing here how much money I have, so let's create that. So I'm going to add another text that I'm going to call here money label, so we know what it is, and I'm going to say money, well, I'm not even going to put that, just the symbol, and we start with 25 if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just going to put it like this. Okay, so we have the initial value. Of course you can put here whatever you want, but it's just to make it clear from the beginning. Now every single time that I modify the money, the value of the money variable, I'm also going to modify what I'm showing in the money label. So in this case I'm going to say money space and the value that I have in money, the variable money. So now we can try. This is, we start with 25 supposedly, then I should destroy, and then 30, and let's put another one here, 35, 40, and should try to destroy this one, and well, that's it. You should see this one, come on, there. So 55, so it's working. Okay, so this is the first part. We just we're receiving money whenever we get we destroy an enemy. But the thing that we still haven't changed is what happens even if I have 25. I just keep creating towers as many as I want, and I'm not decreasing this value, and well, that's not great. So what I'm going to do is to look for the events where I'm creating the new towers. So and those are over here, 14 and 15 in our current game. So right now I'm just saying, like, whenever I touch one of the factories that I was creating here, factory 1, factory 2, I just create a tower. But what if I just check if I have enough money? So I'm going to add another condition, and I'm going to say if compare variable, if the money that I have is equal or greater or equal, then in this case I think I'd say 10. And since I already have, and let me confirm, 10 for the red ones, 15 for the yellow ones, so yes. And I'm going to copy the same condition in the other event, but in this case I'm going to modify it and ask for 15. Okay, so first I'm not going to be able to buy a new tower unless I have enough money. But then if I have enough money, I should create a tower and then decrease the number that we have in money. So I'm going to subtract from money, and in this case I'm going to subtract 10. In the other case I'm going to subtract 15, something like that. So and then since I also have to update how much money I have, I'm going to just copy this action that I had from the previous event, that is just showing how much money I have at that given moment. So now let's try it. So first I'm going to just get 30, so I should be able to create one tower and it decreases, then two towers, and then let's see if I 0. So at that point I shouldn't be able to create any more because it's 5. Now that I have again 10, I should be able to create another one. So now let's move them over here. I have 20, so I should be able to create one of the yellow ones, and it decreased, and almost immediately I get another one. And that's kind of it. So this is a very simple economy system that we're adding here, but it works. And the only things that then you have to add are, I'm going to recap here. I'm going to add a new variable to keep track of the money that I have at any given time. I also created this label just to show how much money I had. It's not that it's needed, but it's really good to give feedback to the player. And then modify 3 events. The first one is when I destroy the enemies, that is when I receive money, and then I update how much money I'm showing to the player. And then these 2 other events that are, I have to add these conditions to just check if I have enough money to create towers, and then to decrease the amount of money that I think that tower well costs, and then of course update the amount of money that I'm showing to the player. So what things can you do? First, you don't really have to give money when you destroy an enemy. It could be for something else. you can create a tower defense that is giving you money for something else. I don't know, for just scoring, for, I don't know, passing a level, or for destroying not one enemy, but for destroying 10 enemies in a row, or I don't know, for creating X amount of towers, etc., etc. You can mix this up. So I just made it like the most traditional way. This other one also, I'm just asking for money whenever I'm going to create a tower. I could ask for other things. For example, let's say that I'm going to create a tower defense that is also a little bit of a strategy game. So I have to mine some sort of like resource. So I could ask for money plus that resource. Or, I don't know, you're in a social game, something that you would put on Facebook, and you have another resource that could come from visiting your friends. So it's not just that, I'm killing enemies to be able to get money to create more towers. So this is how the traditional one is set. Apart from that, well, I'm going to save this game right now, and I'm going to call it, I don't know, tower fence. The date right now is the 18 and with money. So that way I know exactly what I'm doing. Apart from that, again, here is my contact information. Just don't forget to check my YouTube channel that I'm putting all my videos there. I think right now I'm almost up to date. And some of the templates that I've created for games that are with Construct 2, not just with tower defense games. I hope that you liked the video, and soon you're going to have this on YouTube again. So, well, thank you.